Welcome to another episode of the Cosmic Mike Show. Yesterday we talked about amino acids or protein in general, and I wanted to cover, most of the essential and the non-essential amino acids that you see out there in the market, so you have a better understanding, because each one, definitely plays a unique role in our system and our body. And one of my favorites, which I have used in the past and I use now also, I give it to my son, and glutamine. It's called l-glutamine. I'm sure some of you may be taking it or have seen it. L-glutamine. I mean, a lot of the bodybuilders you'll see using this, a lot of people that are working out, because it resides in and produced in muscle. It's very closely to the muscle fibers. 1/3 of the nitrogen and amino acids that are made in the muscle, it's glutamine. So hence, it's used for recovery to build back those muscle fibers. When you have a good workout or you had a good session exercising, lifting weights, to prevent the soreness, that's what you would take right after, which is the glutamine. And that's why a lot of those protein shakes, of course, if you're doing the protein, has those amino acids, and glutamine is one of those amino acids. But there are some cases where you will do extra. Something by itself, like how this is on its own. And there are many uses of glutamine in the body. As a matter of fact, in the emergency room, if you ended up in the emergency room with a accident or something, they inject glutamine with magnesium intravenously to help recover those muscles faster, to help recover those tissues much faster. And it's used in a lot of different scenarios where people have gone through chemotherapy, where people have gone through a lot of surgeries, different types of surgeries, and it really helps with recovery, especially if there is any tissue involved or if there is any cutting involved in that surgery. So right after that surgery, it's important that you take some protein, but definitely 2 or 3 grams of this particular amino acid, l-glutamine. And we'll discuss in a few minutes, what it comes with and how to take it. So, glutamine, recovery of muscles, soreness, buildup of the glycogen, the uric acid that's built up in the muscles, preventing the soreness. And it's very important in regenerating the intestinal cells. So not only the muscle, but also the intestinal lining. People with leaky gut, people with IBS, and your leaky gut is basically the permeability of your gut lining gets bigger, so it allows toxins or food particles that are undigested to get through the system. And your body sees them as foreigners and starts attacking. And once it attacks, it kills the good and the bad tissues and the bacteria in your gut lining. So now it causes inflammation. So, you can end up with Graves' disease, Crohn's disease. So a lot of those issues end up from having the leaky gut. And glutamine is what the intestinal cells do to regenerate much faster. So in that scenario, people that are going through any kind of gut issues, especially when there is inflammation or itis and autoimmune gut disease, definitely they should be looking at considering L-glutamine, because glutamine is used up by those intestinal walls and those intestinal cells to regenerate faster. And technically in the leaky gut, basically it covers those holes which allow a lot of those toxins to get into the bloodstream. So very effective, and a lot of these digestive uses. You can take that in the morning, you can take that in the evening, and definitely after a workout. I would suggest between 2 to 5 grams. That's where you would go, depending how much muscle gain you're looking at, what's your body size, the weight. And that's why I'm here for, that's what we're here for, to help you, guide you. It comes in the powder, it also comes in capsules. My son takes it because he plays a lot of soccer, he's exercising, he's only 15, but I give him at least 2 grams every few days to kind of help him recover a little bit faster and for his gut lining. Now I use it sometimes. It's a precursor for human growth hormone release from the hypothalamus in the brain. So taking it at night 2 grams not only helps recover those muscles, but it puts you in a very deep sleep where you're producing that human growth hormone. And the human growth hormone, of course, regenerates all those tissues that are damaged during that day. So you're supplementing kind of anti-aging, and it puts you in a deep sleep where you wake up early, but you feel more refreshed. And so taking 2 grams just at night does wonders. People with low dopamine levels, people with stress where their serotonin levels are not good, people with Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, where they're finding that low dopamine levels are what these patients are showing, very, very low dopamine. And that's what I would recommend, a good glutamine supplement, at least 2 grams at night, to help boost that dopamine levels, which again helps with recovery, the anxiety, the depression. So it kind of normalizes the system, the brain tissues, the muscle tissues, the intestinal tissues. So, a lot of benefits. It does come in the foods that you saw in my picture below, different foods, basically glutamic acid, which is a precursor for glutamine. The carbon breaks off and creates, the amino acid glutamine. And this is used to create other amino acids, like we mentioned, amino acids we can get from food and we can make in our own body. So glutamine is one of those where you can get it from food, from meats, from eggs, from dairies, from lentils, but you can also make enough in the system. Now, a regular person may not require, but like I said, if you're going through those scenarios, if you're exercising, if you're a competitive athlete, if you are, as an anti-aging, in your 50s and 60s, if you have some gut issues, I think glutamine will make a huge difference. And I think you should look into that, and depending on your scenario, what you're going through, would be a great add-on to your regimen. I've heard a lot of people with muscle wasting as they're aging, muscle atrophy, where after a serious accident or after surgery, so glutamine would be your best bet to start in your regimen for that recovery. With all the other modalities and all the other things that you're doing. And my favorite, I think, is glutamine. And we'll discuss again another one, which is also, I guess, by G, which is my favorite, is glycine. And the next show will be glycine. Please give me your comments, like us, and so I can continue exciting these videos out. This is Cosmic Mike. Hope you have a great night. Be safe and be well.